howdy ho, everybody. It's me. It's me, Dominic, and I'm joined today by. This is your cue. This is your there you go. This is a weird thing that we're doing right now. It's like a podcast, basically. Cheese, can you believe it?
No, I can't believe it. Whose
We've
idea
stooped
was
so
to do
low.
a podcast?
I guess it was mine, because in case you people don't know, you people who are definitely listening to this video right now, this podcast, whatever this is, I don't even know, we basically moved Fanfic Talk and Fanfic Flip over to our other channel, Wax Penguins, which, is like a skit channel, but now it houses those videos too. So now on this channel, you have Plumber's Podcast and this new show called Fanfic Talk Mini.
That sounds confusing enough to make a 6-minute video out of.
More like 7 minutes. Yeah, we went a little too far in a few places, and
I didn't do it.
yeah, I know. This is all on me. We didn't have to make another
spilled
show.
Water
We didn't.
on myself.
Already, Cheese. We just got started, and you've already blundered.
I'm inebriated.
Oh my gosh, Cheese, you need to tone down your inebriation just for a few minutes.
Alcohol addiction is out of control.
You'll have to excuse Cheese. See, we're never this candid usually on camera or on audio, so this is how Cheese normally is. He's normally just extremely inebriated.
I'm super cool, bruh.
Okay,
We can normally hide that with editing and stuff, but not this time.
Enough stalling.
Yeah, enough stalling. Basically what Fanfic Talk Mini is we're just going to read a very short fanfic from a series that doesn't really work well for Fanfic Flip or Fanfic Talk. It's just kind of something, it's in a weird limbo, and it's perfect for us to just read through, give some thoughts about the fanfic and about just how it relates to ourselves. I don't know. Whatever. This doesn't make any sense.
I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
It's supposed to be like personable, like in this show
Wait.
We're supposed to be personable.
So you say that we're supposed to read and talk about how it relates to ourselves?
Well, sure, because in this case, today
we've
we're
never
reading.
done that on Fanfic Talk. We just bash on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, we'll probably bash on this fanfic too. That just kind of comes with the territory. But at the same time,
Okay.
This won't be a straight reading where we're just reading. We're gonna have something akin to cutaways where, we just kind of talk about, well, in this case, this is Bug Fables. There are clear references to Paper Mario. We both like Paper Mario, so we're probably going to talk a lot about Bug Fables and Paper Mario today. See what I mean, Cheese?
Yeah.
You're doing a great job so far, Cheese. Just great. So, without further delay, we're going to be reading today a fanfic called Acceptance by Hog Draconis. Hog? Okay.
What? Hog
Yeah.
Draconis.
I like that
so
name.
He's a dragon pig.
Essentially, that would be a pretty cool image to imagine in our head. See, if this were fanfic talk, we'd actually display a hog dragon, but we can't do that because this is a podcast. What a shame.
I'll read the description.
Okay.
Spoiler warning for Leaf's request. Leaf's backstory. I know about this. Dominic, you might not want to read this one, actually.
What?
You're gonna play the game eventually. This
Well,
is a spoiler.
that's still iffy. I'm probably going to forget all about this.
Okay, oh, yeah, okay. Well, but you don't ever forget things, remember?
That's true. I forget things when it's convenient, though.
Leaf finally finds the answers he's been looking for. After all this time, the thing is, they're kind of horrifying.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Is that the entire description? I don't even have it open on my phone.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess we should mention you've actually played, and I assume finished, Bug Fables, and I have not.
Yeah. But I haven't played the post-game stuff yet.
Hopefully this doesn't spoil the post-game for you. That'd be terrible getting
this isn't
spoiled by
about
a
the
fanfic.
post-game. It's about Leaf's backstory.
Well, they might get into the post-game stuff. We don't know yet. There could be some time skipping around here. Okay, whatever. The point I'm trying to make here...
There's not much going on in the post-game.
Okay. That's fine. You've talked very highly about Bug Fables, and it was your idea to do a Bug Fables
but did I ever
fanfic.
give you my final review on it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Me and a good friend of mine I might have him watch this.
Force him to watch it. We need a viewer.
It's Austin, I believe I've mentioned him to you.
Give his full name and address, please.
The possible. I haven't discussed it with him yet, but could be a future guest.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think we were on the phone
guests.
recently. I just forgot to bring it up.
Darn it.
But we're
very
talked
forgettable.
about Bug Fables at great lengths.
Okay. Oh, if he's a Bug Fables fan, then that means that he's probably a bit of a Paper Mario fan.
Oh, yeah,
right?
he's a huge
Okay.
Paper Mario fan.
I mean, who isn't? Except for
I don't know.
Kensuke Tanabe. I guess he hates Paper Mario, the original. We'll talk all about him.
We both agree that it's a very good game.
Mhm.
And but then I think it had potential to be as good as Paper Mario, and a slight chance to be a little bit better.
Oh my gosh.
I would say it just misses the mark of being just as good.
Okay. Well, hey, I mean, even that still means that it's a really good game, even if it comes close to like something like Thousand Year Door.
So, Thousand Year Door. Here's what I'll say. Thousand Year Door, as far as storytelling and like every single chapter and the combat and everything, it's fun all throughout, and it gets more challenging, and the story is always crazy and fun and interesting. Bug Fables, it started out that way. I would say maybe the first 4 chapters, and then the side quests that are related to your partner characters. Those are interesting, but then once you're done with that and you get to chapter 5, it just stops being interesting. So about midway through the game, they stop raising the bar, and Paper Mario's constantly raising the bar. Bug Fables got to a point and then just hit, a straight line for the rest of the game. Yeah, it was a shame, and that's why it doesn't reach its full potential, but still a great game.
Yeah. Eventually, one day I'll play it, and I'm sure this fanfic will make perfect sense, and I'll love this fanfic with a capital L.
I think there's things it still does better, but
I'd imagine. I mean, well, of course, Paper Mario, the original, or Thousand Year Door, came out like more than a decade ago or something, so of course newer games are going to do better. Unless they're Origami King.
There's all kinds of options with the badges and stuff.
That's good.
You only get 3 playable characters, but I'd say I think that would bother some people. But a pro of it is that you get to know those characters more, and the story is more centered around them. It's just in that way it's better.
Okay. No, I can appreciate the
partner
story character focus.
The partner characters in Paper Mario, I think you kind of just like them based off how good they are in combat and all that, but
right. Nobody uses Goombella past like World 2. Nobody.
I use her to tattle, but
okay. Well, I guess I never even use that though, to be honest.
I like to know how much HP they have.
Yeah, it was a cool little feature. You could figure out a bit of info about them, and there was like a little book that kept up with all of those species you'd encounter. It was a fun thing, but it was something I never really messed around with in either of my playthroughs.
I think
we're getting very distracted, though. Maybe we should come back to this.
I think that Flurry can be good against some enemies, but
or Madame Flurry, or like a Flurry Rush kind of thing.
The Cloud Girl.
Yeah, that's Madame Flurry, I believe. Hopefully I'm not getting that wrong. Yeah. I thought you said you were a Paper Mario fan. You don't even know who Madame Flurry is.
You don't have to add the Madame in it.
I'm pretty... Oh, that's in her title. Nobody just calls her Flurry.
But I don't care about her title. She's not here, is she?
I guess not. All right, well, we'll get back to all this. We need to actually read the fanfic, I guess, a little bit. Oh, boy, here we go. The fanfic. Do you want to start? Because I guess you can kind of explain what's happening a little bit.
Sure, I guess.
To the best. I mean, I don't go out of your way to explain every little thing, but just walk us through this, Cheese. Break it down for me.
Okay. So the Zomoth prototype had been defeated. Their sibling. Okay, so the Zomoth.
Is it like a giant robot moth?
I'll be able to explain it if we keep on reading.
Okay.
No, they thought desperately. They is referring to Leaf.
I assumed, the bumblebee.
No, Leaf is the moth.
Oh boy. Why did we choose Bug Fables? I don't know who any of these people are.
V is the bee, but
Right,
it's short for
okay.
violet.
Oh.
And then the beetle with the horn is Kabu.
Gunther? What?
Kabu.
Okay, that works too.
Okay. So the creature had been slain in the recordings. We really did pass away in Snake Mouth Den. And as they uttered those damning words, they truly realized the implication of what they had just witnessed. Leaf was dead. The cordyceps. It was them. They were the cordyceps. Okay.
Is any of this even remotely intelligible? Okay.
It's what happened. It's the truth about Leaf. He's a very...
Leaf dies?
Yeah, the true Leaf dies. See, the roaches were like...
See, the roaches?
They were like I think they were kidnapping bugs and experimenting on them with cordyceps. So in this cave in the beginning of the game, like later on you get something that opens deeper into the cave, and you find all these bugs that are like zombies, and you know the cordyceps fungus. It's also in The Last of Us.
That's what I knew. It sounded familiar, but I didn't want to sound foolish.
That's one of the things I actually liked about the game is they have like a lot of real. They incorporate a lot of like actual bug things into the game.
Bug facts. Okay, sure. So basically, I assume that Leaf, they put the cordyceps in her brain, and so Leaf is technically dead, but the cordyceps are possessing Leaf's body, but now they're like a new person. Okay.
Yeah, so all the zombie bugs, you can see the fungus like sticking out of their head. But Leaf, I don't remember exactly why he's different from the rest, but it's because he's a moth. They've like experimented with all of these different kinds of bugs, and most of them turn out to be like brainless zombies, I think. But for some reason, moths are super compatible like with it. Okay, so Leaf was one of the moths they experimented on, and the Zomoth is another one, and the Zomoth is like a optional boss fight you fight at the end of that side quest.
Okay.
And then the Leaf remembers everything after that.
Okay.
That the true Leaf is dead, and how they are right now, they're just a cordyceps fungus. But they're friends. I mean, they've been traveling together for a long time, so they're just like, no, we've known you a while. You're Leaf. we don't really care. You're our friend. And then it's very heartwarming.
That's cool. Yeah. No, that's surprisingly dark and weird.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't expecting it out of like a cutesy little bug game.
It's great.
Just like Paper Mario. It was dark and weird.
Nah, this one gets
Maybe not
darker.
that dark.
Paper Mario wouldn't go to some of the places this one does.
Yeah, I guess Mario has always had some limitations, although Mario doesn't have to get that dark to be good. It's not like darkness equals good, but, you know, it makes for some fun little twists.
I'll talk about it a little bit more after we're done reading this, but the knowledge left them reeling. Could it really? I hope this isn't just what happens in the game, like word for word.
It seems like it might be.
Oh boy.
I mean, I should mention that, like, out of all the fanfics on fanfic.net, like, I could only find, like, 8 fanfics about bugs. I keep wanting to say bug snacks. I'm going to say it. But there was only, like, 8 about Bug Fables, so, and I think, like, 5 of them were by the same guy. So these are pretty much super fans who probably just know everything about the game and are just going to spoil everything. Good fun.
That's epic.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
Could it really be true? Was he really just a parasite possessing someone else's corpse? Yes, they knew it in themselves. It made sense. It was the horrible truth. Eh? V's...
Eh?
V... Eh? Eh? V said questioningly. But you're here with us. It's also like a Link noise.
Vi, you don't understand.
It's pronounced V, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
Vi
that
sounds
makes
weird.
V like B. Yeah, Vi, yeah. I mean, although it is short for violet, so...
Yeah, but Vi still sounds weird to me.
I've heard it both ways, but I'll go with your interpretation. Even though you have a notorious weird interpretation for how to read words. Ocarina of Time and all that.
Oh, Serena.
But, Ocarina. So strange.
It's the only one that
Anyways.
sounds right. Ocarina sounds weird.
I don't know, that's just how I've always pronounced it in my head. But this isn't a Zelda
Because you're
fanfic,
not
so
a
we can't
true
argue
fan.
about this. Okay, so V, you don't understand, and a wave of disgust rose up within themselves. For it was true, they were here, in Leaf's body. It's not me, Leaf, it's really us. Oh my gosh. These are the cordyceps talking. As they spoke with the horrible truth, the projector beside them flickered on once again, displaying a visual of their true self, the writhing, disgusting fungus, the parasite that inhabited Leaf's body, and they told V and Kabu the truth that they had come to know. I am also a Zamoth prototype? Cool. And as V and Kabu fell speechless, they continued to elaborate. Muse, Elizant, Elizant 1? Is that how that's meant to be interpreted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the Lord Crump versions, like where Lord Crump in Thousand Year Door has like 5 different forms or something. Is that what they're going for?
What?
Do you know what I'm talking about, Cheese?
Lord Crump has 5 different forms?
Or maybe that's not his name. Who's like the red guy who you encounter like several times? It's kind of like a mini boss throughout
The
Thousand
guy
Year
with
Door.
the purple cap around his bandana around his head?
Well, he only has that in the pirate area, but yes, that's him. He has like a red beard.
I thought
What's
he
that
wore
guy's
that
name?
the whole time.
Did he? I don't know. It's been too long. I need to replay
Well,
Thousand Year
no,
Door.
you only fight him about 3 times, I think.
Okay. Well, still, I know that he's like, he gets in better and better robots, like the Von Grapples or something.
Well, no, that's not. Elizant 1 is like the first queen.
Oh, okay. So this entire conversation was basically pointless.
Yeah, I didn't really know what you were going for.
This is so cool. This is such a good idea, us talking and not having any idea what we're doing. Okay. Elizant 1 and everyone, they are people Leaf held so dearly. And they explained, for they were not Leaf, explained how
boy.
they had taken over Leaf's body. They
Oh my
explained how
God.
they, oh no. Oh, this is reminding me of that Avatar fanfic that we did where it's just like a bunch of like weird platitudes and like types of speech that like it doesn't make sense beyond just like, it makes no rational sense. Okay, whatever. They explained how they had wanted it so badly to be someone who cared about others and was cared about in return. And they had started to believe that they were Leaf too. The projection flickered away, once again hiding his true, horrible nature from the others. But now they knew, and they could feel it, squirming inside. Ew. No, they're squirming inside itself. Leaf, what? They squirming inside Leaf. What were they now, anyways? A freak of nature, a parasite pretending to be a person? Not really a person, it's an insect. I don't know if that really works. They felt disgusted with themselves. Hey, who can relate
so
with that?
You must really resonate with this.
Yeah, really.
There's like a, okay, no, I'm not gonna talk anymore about the game yet.
Don't worry, Cheese. The fanfic will do all the talking for you. I'll know everything about the game by the time we're done reading this.
It goes without saying, after everything we've seen, that this facility researched cordyceps, Kabu began. But everything we've found in here is cruel and heartless.
If I might interject, is Kabu, is he like the tough guy? Because when I look at him, he looks like the tough guy.
No, he's actually
Really?
not. He's a really, like, he's got a very big heart.
Oh.
Like, he's down for a fight if he has to, but he likes to make friends.
Okay, not what I expected.
Yeah,
You can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, he's also, so V is the one who always wants a reward, and Kabu is always the one, after a side quest, he always goes, maybe they won't give you anything yet, and Kabu's like, no problem. And if it wasn't for V, they would walk away empty-handed, pretty much.
That's okay, so like the main character is just kind of like a greedy bee. Interesting.
Well, they're all main characters.
Okay, well, I assume you start off with V, though. Like, he's like your introductory into the game.
You start off with just Kabu and V together, and then you find a leaf in a cave.
Huh. Not how I expected the game to work. I keep expecting it to be like exactly like Paper Mario in some ways, and I'm happy to know that it kind of separates itself a little bit. It's interesting. You already start out with 2 fighters, and then you only pick up the 3rd one. You said that was it. So that's an interesting way of setting things up.
Yeah, V interjected. But not you. You're like a pretty cool dude.
I don't know why V has that voice, but whatever.
I don't think I like it.
Okay, I'll change it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not... I can't do a girl voice.
Just, you do you.
Yeah, V interjected, but not you. You're like a pretty cool dude. Am I? I want Leaf to sound like Squidward. Am I? They responded.
You just finished that SpongeBob fanfic.
Am I? They responded, viciously voicing their skepticism at the statement. Or was Leaf a cool dude?
Aww.
They knew now. They had never been Leaf. Even if they had forced themselves to believe it, it had genuinely known with their entire self that that was who they were. A lie. It was all a lie. How were they supposed to feel, knowing that they were that?
What?
I
get it. I'm glad you're here to explain this stuff, because I would be so confused. Can you imagine?
I don't know.
A failed experiment. A thing. A parasite. They wanted to die.
Ironic.
Ironic, isn't it? Since the only reason they were here in the first place was because they had to try to survive, had possessed someone else's body. Disgusting.
Okay, you can read now.
Great idea on the part of the writer to just keep including the word they repeatedly. It's not getting old at all.
I think that's an encouraged way of writing.
Hey, Cheese, how does Bug Fables... What?
Didn't English teachers always say not to do repetition with words too much?
You know, I think you might be right, Cheese. I'm not an English professor or an English major or anything, but it just seems like sloppy writing to me, to be honest. But we are professional fanfic talk readers, though. So we have that. We don't have a degree in it, though. We're kind of just fake fanfic talk critics, really.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, though, like, how does Bug Fables compare to Paper Mario: The Origami King?
I haven't played it.
I bet they're pretty compatible. I bet they're both really fun, epic games. Just like Color Splash and that other game. What was it? Paintful
Sticker Star?
Game. Yeah, Sticker Star. Great titles.
Okay. Okay, I won't dwell on this too long, but me and my friend both agreed that even if, they changed it starting at Super Paper Mario with the Wii, we think that even if the sequels stayed with that kind of formula with it, even if they stayed with that, all the sequels still would have been better than what they are. I mean, because they totally took away any real reason to fight any enemies. And I don't see the person I don't see the reason to keep the turn-based combat if they
It's
take
a really
away all the
confused series.
incentive to fight.
I mean, that's the real reason that we're kind of going over Bug Fables here, is that, because someday we might do a Paper Mario fanfic talk or fanfic flip, but I still wanted to kind of talk about it because Paper Mario was such a great game that we both played, originally on the GameCube. Of course, that's the only place you can play it at the time of this recording, and if you want to get a new copy, it costs you like $200 online. That's an entire different issue, though. The point is, it was a really good game, and then a guy called Kensuke Tanabe shows up. It might not be just him. There's stories of other people, too, but,
Yeah, based off, I think, the things we've heard, it's probably like his bosses. I don't know why, but...
Yeah, well, as the story goes, apparently Miyamoto came in after Thousand Year Door when they were making, like, Color Splash. No, not Color Splash. Sticker Star. And he was basically like, do we even need a story? That's basically what he told him. Like, do we actually need the story? Because Miyamoto, he's a big fun guy. He wants the player to have fun. And that's good. But he just does not really value story, in Mario at least, at all. He just thinks it has no place there. He's also the guy who I'm pretty sure gave the creator of Mario Galaxy a lot of trouble. I forget his name.
Oh my gosh.
For having like a rose... What?
No, I'm just shocked at what you're telling me right now.
Oh yeah, no, get ready for this. I mean, during Mario Galaxy, the thing that people loved so much about that game was like Rosalina's backstory, like her storybook stuff. And apparently Miyamoto was upset by that too. And so that's why in Mario Galaxy 2,
story in Mario.
No story. No story. She has no more backstory. It's a fun Mario game. That's it.
Yeah, it can be fun and it can have story too. I don't weigh a game's score a lot on story. I do on fun and exploration and how the game, the growth of the character throughout the game and things like that. It kind of depends. But I think story is pretty much a must. A good story is a must-have in an RPG, I think.
Yeah, especially. I mean, obviously, we don't need a terribly complicated story for like Super Luigi U. So, nobody cares. Nobody. But I guess I wouldn't mind, but for an RPG in particular, like, come on. And they've kind of gotten better about it. Like Mario, I wanted to say Odyssey. Oh my gosh, not Odyssey. What was the latest Paper Mario game? Origami King.
Yeah.
They both began with O. Origami King has more of a story than Sticker Star. Sticker Star was just so bland, apparently. I mean, I didn't play any of those because I'm not going to spend my money on these inferior versions.
I had Sticker Star because I actually expected it to still be like Thousand Year Door. I don't think I looked at the reviews.
So yeah, you're probably just like 9-year-old cheese or something. I don't know, probably a little older than that, but
it was disappointing. But it's still kind of fun. But disappointing.
It's just a shadow of its former self, and it's a real shame. And it's the reason that games like Bug Fables have become so popular. If Paper Mario were still like where it was, like if Origami King was like as good as we know it could have been, I don't know if Bug Fables would have had legs to stand on. Or Bug Fables might have came out before Origami King, so that might get a little tricky. 2 years ago, I think. Did it? Okay, I always feel like it's newer than it is. Maybe it's just like now getting more attention, maybe because of Origami King.
It went way under my radar. I never heard of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm glad that it's getting attention. There's apparently plenty of new indie papery games. It's kind of like its own little genre now, the paper genre, where people are kind of copying. Yeah, I might have to send you a list of them, but like it's a whole thing now. And I'm sure with how well Bug Fables seems to be doing, they might make a sequel. So that's good. Paper Mario is continuing in spirit because the fans actually care.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to that. So we should continue with the fanfic.
Paper Mario, I think, to take a point further, is that they've taken away any incentive to fight by taking away pretty much any progression system. Yeah. There's no reason really to fight
it has no idea what kind of game it wants to be anymore.
And I think maybe there might be a slight reason, like for coins, but I mean that really doesn't It's not enough.
Not much of an oomph to it, really. Yeah.
Yeah, plus like you get way too many coins from the fights. You just don't need any more after a while. And then
It's like Tanabe's like, if I might interrupt, if I may interject, it's like Tanabe's trying to like reinvent the wheel, basically. Like you have people have been making RPGs forever now. They know how to do it. They know, of course, there's a progression system, and yeah, you can have little badges that give you certain perks. But it takes away this and this, and there's some tactics, and people have been doing this for a very long time. And he's just like, but what about puzzles?
Ring-based combat?
Again, I don't mean to be too hard on Tanabe. I'm sure he's a very nice dude, but he just doesn't make very nice games. So
I mean, it's nice.
Oh yeah,
It doesn't
looks
make it
nice
that good.
visually. Anyways, we'll come back to this. We need to continue. With
No,
this
I
terrible
wasn't done
fanfic.
with my statement.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So
go ahead.
basically, all present Paper Mario relies on is the weird paper gimmicks and crazy jokes and stuff like that. Characters.
They love their jokes.
Yeah, it's all pretty much just about the jokes and the paper gimmicks now. Kind of like I think
Very
it's.
strange.
I've heard that it's kind of fun to explore and find the collectibles, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I appreciate that. I mean, does Bug Fables even really acknowledge the paper component, or is that just not even a thing?
Yeah, not really. It doesn't. It just
Okay.
kind of is.
It's just the visual style, as it was always intended to be. I don't really know, V started, breaking them out of their own thoughts. But you didn't know us before, right? We still became good friends, though, V continued. So, you or Leaf, why not both? V made it sound so simple. It was so... V, are you seriously trying to make it that simple? That's so like you,
Wow.
V. What is this? What are they doing? Oh, okay, anyways. They wanted to view it that way too. They wanted to be simple. They wanted to be Leaf, a person, not... It's true though, isn't it? Oh, this is just off the rails. This is like we're trying to have like a cool conversation about Paper Mario, and then we have to come back to like, they wanted this. It's true though, isn't it? You've chosen to take Leaf's mantle, Kabu exclaimed. So to us, you're Leaf anyways. I assume the dialogue in the game is a little more like subtle and like fun, not terrible, not cringe.
Well, yeah.
I guess that goes without saying. Kabu was probably trying. They probably summed it
Actually,
up in
I
a
will
few
say
less
that's
sentences.
Another thing about the game is that the dialogue is written in a way where about most of the time you don't really feel like skipping it.
That's good. I definitely feel like skipping this dialogue.
Yeah.
Kabu was probably trying to cheer them up, like Kabu always did. He was good at it. He was a good person. But they could feel that such a statement now was anger and self-hatred and disgust. They really like to use the word disgust in this story. For they were not Leaf. They could never be Leaf. They were disgusting. Even wanting to be him, to steal his memories, his knowledge, his life. Give me a break, they exclaimed angrily. I am not Leaf. Oh, this is going to be the entire story, isn't it? I'm not Leaf, but you are to us. But I'm not. That's the story. I just summed it up. Oh boy, are we going to end up losing it like we do at the end of a regular FANFIC Talk episode? Is that
Do you
what's
want
going
me
to
to
happen?
keep going now?
I'll do one more paragraph because I'm just so into this. And they could feel everything. All the anger, disgust, stop using that word, and self-hatred over their own existence boil in Leaf's body, and it made them sick. That was even something they experienced, that they even existed. Wow. These are some like angsty cordyceps. It's a sentence I never thought I'd say.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Okay.
I am nothing but something. Something that thinks it is him.
These cordyceps.
I see
He's gonna
another
kill
thing
himself
I'm
at the
looking
end?
forward to. That was the truth, the naked truth for them to see. He wasn't even a person, just a parasite. an imposter, pretending, unknowingly perhaps, but still just pretending to be something else. Freak.
Who even said that? I guess that's just what the cordyceps think of themselves.
Yeah.
Freak. Okay.
Freak.
They're hard on themselves, these cordyceps. In the game, were they this hard on themselves when they discovered the truth? Okay.
Just not so drawn out.
And maybe not this
And
melodramatic.
Cringe.
This is cringe, bro. Bro, this is cringe.
Cringe.
Cringe comp.
We never knew Leaf anyways, so it's okay. V shouted. It is kind of a weird statement now, actually. We never knew him anyway, so it's totally okay.
Who cares?
V shouted at them. Her simple view on the situation. So wrong. So not
Wait, is
right.
V a girl?
Yeah, V's a girl.
Oh, this whole time I've been saying him. I always assumed that the moth was the girl, Leaf was the girl,
boy.
and then I've
No,
totally
if
been
you-
wrong about all of
If
this.
you look at the characters, you can definitely guess V's the girl.
Really? I never got that indication. I
Oh,
don't
she's
know.
the cuter one. I don't know.
Oh,
She's kind of a cuter character, and she's got,
She's a cuter
just-
character than we've ever had before.
I think, like the upper portion of her it has like a fluffy white spot.
See, I always assumed that the moth was the girl because it has like the long wings
I
and it
don't
kind of looked like
know.
a dress.
I honestly, I don't know. I just kind of looked at her and knew she was a girl.
No judgments here, Cheese. You can find the bee as cute as you want.
Okay, she's adorable. She's, come on.
Cheese, you're digging yourself into a hole here.
Well, you're making it weird. She's legitimately just not that kind of cute, but like
Just like a nice design,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I get you.
Oh my god.
I get you. I do. Hey, Beard Guy is in here to spin this out of proportion. If Beard Guy were here, you'd never hear the end of this.
Oh no. That's messed up. What about his family? They asked, and they thought it was a good question. Leaf had a family. Leaf, whose body they had stolen and was currently parading through the world. And the body that wasn't theirs. That body had people it cared about, cherished. Do you still care for them? Do you care about us? Kabu asked quietly. ...
Ellipses.
They could not answer. Their feelings were a complicated mess.
Oh
A
gosh,
tangled
how much
knot.
longer is this?
A tangled knot in Leaf's chest. I feel that all the time.
You should see a doctor about that. Cardiologist.
Did they care for Leaf's family? They had never really interacted with them, bonded with them, and loved them. It was all Leaf. Leaf whose memories and feelings they had stolen. Did they truly care? Or was it all just a Leaf in the end? Do you want to read one more?
Do you ever... I'll probably read after this, but I want to ask really fast. In the game, I assume they probably do. Do you ever figure out who Leaf was? Like, do you figure out, like, kind of what his personality was? Or it's just kind of like a
Well,
mystery for the most part?
I think his personality is just...
What the cordyceps are, basically?
Yeah. But
Okay.
It's just
I didn't know if they would have,
later
like, an angle of, like, the original Leaf was just, like, a jerk, and everybody hated him. Then the cordyceps show up, and now everybody loves him.
on. Leaf's pretty
I guess that
cool.
wouldn't make much sense. Okay.
He likes to
Alright.
eat.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have... I see, again, that would be something I'd expect Kabu to be, because he's like a big beetle. So these characters are just surprising me left and right.
Kabu is the soft-hearted one. V is the greedy one. And always looking kind of the first to jump into a fight.
Right.
I think Leaf, I'd say, is more... He has kind of his goofy moments. But, I'd say his sense of humor is more dry.
So you're explaining all of this, all like these character details and like their story and their journey, and then all I think of in the back of my mind is just like Mario running around with a floating paint bucket, and
No,
my eyes just
why
start
do you have to ruin
glazing
it?
over. What?
Why do you have to ruin it?
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, I'm ruining it for myself. It's just my brain has been so
Okay,
destroyed by Paper Mario.
let me keep on reading.
Okay.
One thing they knew, though. They did care about Cabu and V, the team they had been part of for so long. They were truly grateful for everything they had experienced with them.
Well, yes, we're very grateful for everything, and it's been fun. I don't even know who's talking anymore.
I don't know.
And it had. Nobody cares. And it had. Truly, it had
that's
been
Leaf
great.
talking.
Okay,
He
I'll take your
always
word for it.
refers to himself as we, they, whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he actually refers to himself as we and us.
Okay, fair enough. I guess. That's a weird trait.
And it's kind of unexplained. I think I just assume. So, Leaf is someone who lived like 100 years prior to the events of the game before they found him.
Oh,
I figured it was
Right.
just like a different way that he spoke like 100 years ago. But
huh. Yet again, another strange angle I never would have thought of.
Strange wrinkle.
See, that's all well and good, but have you heard of Olivia? She's a floating piece of origami that don't
Isn't
cry, cheese.
Isn't Bowser in that game as like a partner or something?
Very briefly, like he shows up at like the very tail end of the game, and he's all like folded up, and it's funny
It's epic.
because you don't really have like a continuous party throughout that game. They just kind of like they give you a partner and then they rip it away. Tanabe likes to do that to people. He likes to play with their expectations. You want a partner? No. Anyways, and it had been great. Wait, where did we leave off? You don't have to decide.
Where you're at.
Oh, okay. And it had been great. They supposed that was the one thing that was actually theirs in this whole messed up situation. You don't have to decide right now how you feel, Cabu responded. Truth be told, this is an unbelievable scenario. But you're our friend. It's okay. Wow, it's just like kind of what he's been saying this entire story. Yeah, it's not like you were faking or anything, V shot in. They really this accepting? Oh, sorry. They were really... Wait, what? Oh, okay, he's like stuttering in his own mind. That doesn't make any sense. Were they really this accepting? They could not speak. It was difficult to comprehend. When they had realized their true nature, it had been difficult to accept the reality of the situation, but they had understood. This is exactly like that stupid Avatar fanfic. I hate that fanfic, and I hate this. I hate this. This is a long story. This is supposed to be short. This
It's
was
almost over.
it. Okay, all right, thank you. I see some light at the end of the tunnel. This was it, they had thought. Their team had realized alongside them what they were: an imposter, a pretender, a faker.
My
They had
God.
They had tricked them this entire time, pretended they were something they were not. It also kind of reminds me of that, what was it? We did a Star Fox fanfic forever ago, where that entire story is kind of just two characters arguing back and forth over the same problem, and just nothing happened. They just had the same
I
points.
remember that.
You do?
Yeah.
We've read enough fanfics now that I'm pretty sure any fanfic we can probably attribute to something that we've already read. But yeah, this is basically like if you combine the Avatar fanfic with the Star Fox fanfic. So, you know, it's trash meets trash. And that's garbage. Okay, who would want to be friends with something like that? Who would want to be friends with a parasite? For that was the truth. They were a parasite, not a bug, not a person, a thing. But Cabu and V, somehow, even knowing what they were, had somehow, somehow in the same sentence, accepted them anyways. It was unreal. They almost couldn't believe it, but it was true.
That's right. We never faked anything.
Oh.
And that was the truth. They might have.
I'm gonna have to count afterwards how many theys are in this story, because this is ridiculous.
They might have believed that they were Leaf at the time, but the emotions were real. They had bonded with V and Kabu. They had made friends, a team, a family. They.
Just they. Wow, this is such filler. It's just stretching one idea for 1,000 words.
They almost didn't dare to speak. I'm losing my mind.
Here come the voices.
As if a single sound could somehow break the precious hope that a blossom formed in...
Jeez. Hurry.
As if a single sound could somehow break the precious hope that had blossomed forth inside themselves without their consent. They had been accepted.
It felt too good to be true.
Okay.
I'm surprised my dog has just been sleeping with all this going on.
I mean, good for him. I wish I could sleep through this, but we are almost done.
V and Kabu had found out their true nature, had seen the disgusting thing that they truly was, and yet V and Kabu accepted them. Could they really be Leaf? Could they really, as Kabu had said, take up Leaf's mantle?
What? Maybe.
Maybe they could.
Wow.
I'll finish it.
Okay.
Let's go. We have a lot to think about if we're going to meet our family.
They said.
Every single day just like drains more of my brain power.
They said. And they felt like they.
They doesn't sound like a word anymore. What is this?
Wait, okay.
If you're counting all the days, you're going to be counting
3
all.
days and 7 words.
That's ridiculous, is what that is.
They had said, and they felt like they had never uttered a truer statement in their life. Their family.
They.
Take it easy, okay?
V said, a rare look of concern on her features.
Sure you want to read the rest of this?
I got it.
Okay.
It's only 3 lines. I'm imagining you taking V's face and photoshopping like a really deranged look of concern on her face.
Oh man, what a shame. Maybe this would have made for a decent fanfic talk episode. Who knows?
Well, you're still gonna like do outtakes and stuff, right?
Well, no.
Or like
It's just us
cut-ins,
talking.
not outtakes.
No, it's just us talking. Don't draw attention to how limited this show is, Cheese. We're trying to sell people on this.
Did you see the Mortal Kombat movie?
Okay, now it's really like an episode of fanfic talk where it's something makes no sense. No, Cheese. No, I didn't see the Mortal Kombat movie.
Neither have I.
Oh, well, why did you bring it up then?
I don't know. It's been all over.
All right. Well, all I know is that after this discussion, we're going to talk all about Hotel Transylvania too. So
I don't know. I've heard that it's I've just heard mixed things. Anyway, well, listen when you decide what to do, Kabu said supportingly, and they felt a warm glow of happiness.
maybe that's the last day.
That's not what I feel. Thank you. Let's get out of here. And as the team left Snake Mouth, then they accepted themselves.
Oh, they had to just put one more in there, didn't they? One more, just to get on my nerves.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
No comments?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody cares.
I was
One
really
person
scared.
favorited it.
I was really scared I was gonna scroll up and find like a second or third chapter.
Oh gosh, yeah, no. If there were, we would just cut it there. Just end the episode. I guess there was a warning at the very top. It says this story is angst and friendship. So I guess it delivered. Because I felt lots of angst. The angst was palpable here. So there's the Bug Fables fanfic. Cheese, do you feel like this accurately represented Bug Fables as a game?
No, that is an
Just saying,
actual
we all know.
Okay, no, that's the thing, is that it does... It's not as bad... It's not bad or cringe at all in the game, right?
Right.
It basically takes what happens in the game and, cringed it up.
Yeah, I feel nothing after reading this, whereas I'm sure in the game you actually walk away kind of like, huh.
Yeah,
That
it was
cool.
super cool.
I feel like this was probably written by like a very young fan who played the game, or just somebody who doesn't know how to write. I don't know. It's somebody coming up with that concept of like, what if I was in the mind of the parasites? How did we go this entire conversation without mentioning Code Talker and vocal cord parasites? How did we do that? That's
but
impressive.
I don't want to bring it up now.
Well, it's too late. No, we won't talk about it. If you guys know what we're talking about, right? You guys watched the Fanfic Flip episode where we talked about that, so we don't need to talk about it.
Well, I'm sure all the listeners have played Phantom Pain.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, it's such a big popular game.
I have never met a single person that's played it, besides you.
Oh, yeah, same here. Every time I mention it to people, they're just like, what? Never heard of it.
They're too busy playing Call of Duty.
It's actually kind of impressive that you met somebody who's played Bug Fables,
yeah,
of
he's
all
a cool
things,
guy.
but you haven't met anybody that's played Phantom Pain, even though Phantom Pain probably sold millions upon millions more copies.
I'll say, he's a cool guy. Yeah, that's right.
The guy
Austin, if you're listening to this, you're a cool guy.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. Win him over.
Well, we're good buddies.
Okay.
I'm sure if I asked him to be in videos, he would.
Good to hear. So if you listeners at home see a very talented, very friendly, a new actor with good taste in games, if you see that guy, you can know that this was him in his first outing on one of our channels. Us awkwardly mentioning him interspersed throughout this weird, strange little episode of Fanfic Talk Mini. So yeah, this story was terrible. This story was garbage. It was a dumpster fire. Already regretting making this new show, Fanfic Talk Mini. I think it was a mistake. But we're gonna record like tons of them. We're just gonna crank these bad boys out.
The story kind of drained any kind of memory at this point of what I wanted to say about Bug Fables that I kind of stopped myself from at the beginning, so we could start. The main thing that it all comes down to is that the Wasp King is bad, and he's
okay.
And he steals the artifacts that you collect throughout the game, and he uses them at the end to gain power.
Power? Oh my
gosh! I was
just
expecting
generic power.
How the story was, up until like the 5th chapter, where it just gets really kind of predictable and boring. How it was, I expected a lot more, and it was just Wasp King bad, steal artifact used for power.
The way that all this was set up, like with this story and with what you've mentioned, it seems like the cordyceps would be just like the cornerstone of this entire, cornerstone of this entire story of Bug Fables, but I guess not.
My prediction, because you don't really exactly know why the queen wants these artifacts. So you're just running around collecting them without really knowing why. But the queen kind of seems like a jerk at first. And I really assumed that she was going to turn into a villain and a whole bunch of stuff was going to go down. And you'd have to save the world and things were going to get complicated and crazy and interesting.
But
it Wasp King bad.
Well, hey, they have room for improvement. Unlike Paper Mario, which has devolved into a strange, confused mess, maybe Bug Fables will just get better and better as they continue iterating on things and make future titles. Because I'm sure, like I said before, there'll be a sequel. I think Bug Fables did pretty well for what they were expecting.
Did I ever mention that I started a game on Paper Mario 64? Finally?
No, you did not.
I thought it would be appropriate since I just finished Bug Fables and I could
Sure.
kind of score all of Thousand Year Door 64 and Bug Fables.
And so when are you going to play Sticker Star?
Uh,
Cricket noises. This is where we would ordinarily insert a
Well,
lot of cricket noises.
I don't know.
Yeah, just don't even answer. It's fine. It's fine. Nobody has to put themselves through that. I'm sorry, I know this entire video is just... The secret purpose of this entire video is just for me to dunk on Paper Mario. But make no mistake.
And for me,
there's a
to
video
talk about
dedicated to
Bug
that
Fables.
coming out. Oh yeah, so everybody wins, and yet somehow we all lost. So, yeah, take that home. That's the message at the end of this video. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I think it's time for us to go. So,
Goodbye.
bye-bye. Thanks for listening, and please tune in again. Please, we really need to make this show work. Please, just tune in,
Okay.
watch the videos. Please, tune in,
That's
please.
epic.
I'm desperate.